It is ideal to highlight the fact that if a player or a sports personality is approached by someone, by a match fixer actually, that is already very serious. So the player or the other personality from sports which is approached by this match fixer must already have been scrutinized by the match fixer himself, and the match fixer would have had a very good impression that the player might say yes to the actual fix. So being approached in the first place, it is already concerning with regards, and obviously through my experience, it's already concerning when I hear that someone was approached. It is already a bit concerning. So I might say that through the scenario of match fixers, they obviously would approach the players who might say yes. So they would have already taken and made that kind of assessment before approaching a target. The three most common scenarios which a match fixer might engage in order to approach a person who is involved in sports. The most famous, the most popular is by socializing mainly. So they might invite you for a coffee firstly, in their telephone conversation or SMSs or chats via social media or whatever, they would not have mentioned anything beforehand, they just invite you for a coffee. It would be an acquaintance, someone you might know, and when they are having a coffee or socializing, they would pay drinks, they would make you feel relaxed, they would, if it is in an atmosphere of socializing, like nightclubs and something like that, they would shower you with a lot of drinks and make you feel important. And obviously, as things evolve, as the conversation evolves, they would eventually point out in some way or another the request in order to have you underperform or something like that. So I am not saying that every invite for a coffee is suspicious, but when it's coming from someone whom you might know that might be involved in these kind of things, or in betting, for example, on not only online, but particularly betting, which is on the streets, it has to raise your eyebrows and be aware and be very cautious. Other approaches, very common, are social media, whatever that might be. There are even fake accounts, for example, on Facebook, fake accounts, particularly on Instagram, which are people who are not even based here in Malta. These people are putting up these fake accounts. These fake accounts are literally adding players on Instagram particularly and asking them to join and telling them that they can make a lot of money, obviously luring them into this matter. And most of them are not even based in the country in which the player is playing. So one has to be very careful when engaging on social media with these kind of people. These profile pictures, these profiles, the pictures within them are pictures which might lure you very easily, and you might get the impression that these people have large sums of money and are wealthy people. In reality, they might not be that fact, and they might be using these kind of pictures in order to lure you, and for no other reason at all. So you have to be very cautious and very vigilant with regards to these kind of profiles. Particularly, we are encountering them mostly on Instagram rather than on Facebook. The third kind of approach is, in my opinion, the least common kind of approach which might match fixer utilize, is by reaching out to a person through someone from his relatives or someone who is very close to him. This is something which is not that popular. So obviously I have explained them on a priority and most popular manner. So the first one which I explained is the most common approach, which is known to us in order for a match fixer to use in order to arrive to his ultimate goal, in order to fix a match and arrange and convince players in order to underperform throughout their match or any kind of other matches.